Senior Moments, sponsored by the Empowering Seniors Group on News Talk KVNU, 102 FM and 610 AM.
Good morning. This is the Senior Moments Show. I'm your host, Sid Roederer. And today we have a special guest. We have here today David Zook. He is the Cache County Executive. Welcome, David.
Thank you, Sid. It's great to be here with you.
It's good to have you back. We've had you on before, but I think it's been quite a while since
maybe
last
2
time.
years, I think. Somehow we missed a year in between. I should come at least once a year.
There you go. Well, before we start our show and have David tell us some things, let me mention our sponsor really quick, which is the Empowering Seniors Group, a group of professionals that has dedicated their time and effort to provide information to seniors, their family members, and really anyone that likes to listen to us. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors Group, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info, or you can email us at empoweringseniors.cv@gmail.com, and the CV stands for Cache Valley. And lastly, if you have any suggestions for this show, anyone you would like to see us invite, you can call me personally at 435-512-6406. Well, David, maybe for people that are not familiar with you or your position here in the county, maybe you'd like to give us a quick introduction on who you are and why you do what you do.
Great. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And that's a good point, because I have noticed, I've been in office about 4 years, and I've noticed a lot of people don't know I exist. Sometimes that's a good thing. But our country has a president and Congress, and our state has a governor and a state legislature. Cities have a mayor and a city council, and counties actually have a variety of different ways they're set up across the country. But how they're set up here in Cache County is we have an executive and a county council. So a county executive and a county council. So I'm the executive branch, kind of like the president or the governor or the mayor in those branches of government. And then we have a county council that's kind of like Congress or the legislature or city council, and they pass the laws. And then I'm the executive branch, and I oversee the operations and oversee the departments and make sure stuff gets taken care of. So we have a variety of departments in the county, dozens of them actually. And we do everything from running elections to making sure the roads work. We have a jail that we operate, so the sheriff's office is under us. We have a fire department, and lots and lots of different functions that we perform as a county. And some of them have to do with seniors. And one of those specifically is a senior center. We have a senior center that we operate here in Logan. And we also have a library that we operate, which that's one of the best kept secrets out there, actually, is that there's a county library, and anyone in the county can go get a library card at the county library. Because some people live in cities where there's a library, but some people don't have a library in their city. And if you want to go get a library card at a city you don't live in, they usually charge you. But we have a county library in Providence. Anyone in the county can go there, get a library card for free, and get access to all those books. And once you get access to those books and you have a library card, you technically have access to all the books in all the libraries in the state, because they're all part of a network where they share. So that's free. That's a great service that we have. So
wow, I wasn't aware of that either.
It's one of the best kept secrets out there, I think, that there's a county library, and it happens to be located in Providence, but anybody can go there and get a card.
Do you happen to know the location by any chance?
It's kind of by where the old city hall was there.
Okay.
But they can look it up on cachecounty.gov and get all of the information about it on our website.
Nice. So, yeah. I like it. Yeah. Do you want to share a little bit about your background too, David? Because you haven't, how long have you been in office?
Sure.
Now?
Yeah. I got elected about 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago now. And before that, I worked for Nibley City. I was their city manager for about a decade. And then before that, I worked for 15 years for a really big county in Southern California. So I have almost 30 years now of experience in local government. And that's my education too. I got a bachelor's and master's in public administration, and ended up actually getting an international credential in county and city government management. And this has been my career, and I've been working in local government, and I love it because I love helping people, and I love to be able to solve problems. There's a lot of problem solving that comes into local government. We're dealing with everything from social services to roads and bridges to economic development, the airport. We have all of these different services that we provide, and it definitely provides some variety.
So what brought you from California to Cache Valley?
I was actually looking for a better place to raise my kids, and my family's originally from Cache Valley. So I had spent time here as a kid, and my family were actually some of the original settlers here in the valley. And one of the towns is named after my family. And you're familiar with this town, Lewiston. My family on my mom's side, they were Lewises. And so they originally were in Logan, and then they settled Richmond and Lewiston and Preston and all of those areas as well. So I came here for family reunions and to visit family and friends as a kid, and I always loved it here. And I wanted my kids to grow up in a small town. So I moved here when my kids were really little, and they've grown up here, and we've been here almost 17 years now that we came out here. And I have 7 kids, and they're doing great, and really have, I think, been blessed to have grown up in Cache Valley, because Cache Valley is just a beautiful place with great people. And I can't think of a better place in the world that somebody would want to live or somebody could live. We have, I talk about all the things that we have, like the arts and culture and the education and all these things, but it really all comes down to the people. We have incredible people here. We have good people here. And that's what makes all the difference. You could have a really strong economy and great jobs, but if the people aren't nice, then it's not going to be a nice community. One of the things I like about our community is something I call the Cache Valley Way. And it's how people step up and they just do what needs to be done. They take care of each other. And it's really a Utah thing too. If you look at Utah has the highest volunteerism rate of any state. And I would guess that in Cache Valley it's just as high or higher than the statewide rate. We have people who are willing to serve, willing to get involved, and they're just really good people. And that's what I love, and that's why I love serving them. I am a public servant. I work for the people because I love the people.
Thank you, David. We're coming up on our first break here in a minute, but so let's talk about the senior center. Yeah,
so I mentioned we have a senior center. It's here in Logan, right in downtown Logan, and we've actually had that senior center since 1975. And it serves older adults, and we provide a variety of different programs there. For example, we help people with their Medicare annual enrollment. That's one of the services we offer, which that happens to end on December 7th. So if anybody needs help with their Medicare annual enrollment, they can go over and talk to Giselle or Colby at our senior center before December 7th. They can help with that. We also have our Meals on Wheels program, which is a huge program. We have just so far in this year, we have delivered almost 45,000 meals to people. And we do that every day. We provide those meals every day. And it to qualify, you have to meet the age requirement, you have to meet the income requirement, and you have to be homebound. So it's kind of a narrow list of requirements to be able to qualify for that program. But if you do qualify, if you are low income and a senior citizen and homebound, then that's why this program is there, is to make sure you have the nutrition that you need. And we have volunteers who go out and deliver these meals. And I always like talking about this program because it's such a good program. We have people in our community who are in need, and we have others who are willing to help them. And this is a way that they can get the food they need.
Thank you, David. We're up on our first break. We'll talk more about the Senior Center when we come back. This is the Senior Moment Show. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
At Maple Springs Senior Living in North Logan, we understand that entrusting the care of your loved one to someone else is a decision not taken lightly. That's why we go above and beyond to create a nurturing environment where your family becomes our family.
When I found Maple Springs, it was like a weight lifted off my shoulders. The staff here really cares, and Mom is thriving.
The activities and social events have brought so much joy to Dad's life. I can see a positive change every time I visit.
We know that your loved one's well-being is your top priority, and it's ours too. Learn more at maplesprings.living.com.
Did you know 10,000 baby boomers qualify for Medicare every day? Did you know that you'll start to get swamped with mail about Medicare 6 months before your 65th birthday? Did you also know it doesn't cost anything to use an insurance agent to help you navigate through all those offers? Hi, I'm Tracy Ferris with Blue Water Health Insurance. Let me help you understand all the offers you're receiving and find the plan that fits best for your situation. Call me today at 435-890-8155.
Hi, this is Bruce with Comfort Care. One of the ways we help loved ones stay in their home is by assisting with daily tasks. These may include bathing, meal preparation, medication reminders, and housekeeping. We even help with shopping, transportation, and errands. Most of all, we offer a trusted level of care. Let us help you live your best life possible with Comfort Care. This is Bruce, and you can call me at 754-7676. Comfort Care, 754-7676.
Welcome back. This is the Senior Moments Show. I'm your host, Sid Roederer, visiting today with David Zook, our county executive here in Cache Valley. Welcome back, David.
Thank you.
When we talked in the first segment, we talked a little bit about the senior center, and we also talked about the county library that I was not aware of. And during the break, we made sure to pull the addresses. So would you like to share that with our listeners?
Yeah, the library in Providence, it's actually just west of Providence Elementary, if you know where that is, on Providence's Main Street, which is different than the Logan Main Street, but Providence's Main Street. It's at 15 North Main in Providence. That's where the county library is, just west of Providence Elementary. And then we were talking about the senior center as well. The senior center is in downtown Logan. It's on 100 East, and it's at 240 North, 100 East. So just right about halfway between 2nd North and 3rd North on 100 East. And most of the services and programs that we have at the senior center are free. There's sometimes where there's a fee or a supply fee or something like that. But for the most part, we offer free services there. And one of those is a meal. We have a lunch that people can go to every day, and it's a lot of fun. And the senior center really, it's about connecting people. That's the main reason for the senior center. We want to provide an opportunity for seniors to be connected to each other, to have a social outlet, to be able to do fun things with fun people. And so we have tons of activities that happen there. So I mentioned the Meals on Wheels, and unfortunately that's people who are homebound who aren't able to get out. But part of Meals on Wheels is to connect them to people too. The volunteers who go, part of their job is to visit and check up on and check in on and make sure that seniors doing okay because they are homebound. But the people who come to the center, that's our goal with them too, is to make sure that they are connected. So we have a variety of really fun activities that happen there.
Did you bring a calendar?
Yeah, I actually have the calendar in front of me for December's events. And in December, I'm looking at right now, there's bingo, there's Jeopardy, there's a knitting and needlework group, there's a Spanish class if you want to learn Spanish. Never too late to learn another language. We have socialization and mind fitness. We have Silver Sneakers, which is a fitness program. We show movies. They're going to be showing The Bishop's Wife on the 3rd of December. We have cooking classes, surviving the holidays with hearing loss. That sounds like it'll be a helpful workshop. We have a bereavement class, card making with making cards like greeting cards, sewing, holiday poker tournament, ornament snowmen, blood pressure workshop, technology assistant workshop. All of that stuff is just the first week of the month. So
wow.
That's in the first week of the month. And then that's not to mention there are some recurring activities like the computer lab or the fitness room. There's a billiard room where we have pool tables. There's quilting. There's a library there. So all of those services are ongoing throughout the week. And every week, whichever week you look at, it's just chock full of activities and events. And it's just a really fun place. I make it over there every now and then and spend some time with the seniors who are there. And it's a fun environment. The staff there work really hard to make it a fun and welcoming environment. And there are just a ton of services and programs that are provided. And one of those I mentioned was that Medicare annual open enrollment that ends December 7th. They help with that. They help with taxes. They pretty much whatever people need help with when they come in there. If the staff can't help them directly, they will connect them with a resource of somebody who can help them. So if you're a senior citizen and you're struggling with whatever, that's why our senior center is there. Our senior center staff is so professional, so well informed about resources in our community, and they are a great resource if you are in need of something. So anything from food and recreation to the social interactions to helping you get signed up with Medicare.
Do you happen to know, in case, if somebody didn't have a pen and jot down some of those fun activities, do you know, I know they have it at the senior center, their programs, but is there also a website, or do they post on Facebook? Do you know? Yeah,
they do that. All of the information that I'm talking about today can be accessed through cashcounty.gov. That's our main county website. So if you want information about the library or the senior center or maybe some of these other things I'm going to mention later on, go to cashcounty.gov and you can find it. And each of these departments is on Facebook as well, if you wanted to look up their Facebook page. But the website's going to be your best bet. And really, if you just want to call them, calling them is a great way. The phone number for our senior center is 755-1720. So 755-1720, 1720 is the number for our senior center.
Do you know the opening hours too, by any chance? Do you have that pulled up?
Off the top of my head, I don't.
Then people can find it on the website.
I know the computer lab, for example, and the fitness room and the library, they all open at 8:30 in the morning. So I would say probably the entire center is open at least by that time. And speaking of the center, I wanted to talk about the senior center because I mentioned it's been there since 1975, and it was a partnership with Logan City originally, but it's just run by the county now. But you could imagine 1975, that was a few years ago, almost 50 years ago. That's when I was born. I was born in 1976, actually. So that's an old building, and it's outdated. And it's not big enough. We really need a bigger one. So we're working on a plan to figure out how we might be able to do that, what we might do, where we might put it, because we have an aging population. We have more and more seniors. That's I know you know about that. We don't have enough space. We need some more modern amenities there and expanded services. There's more demand for those services, and it's just part of our community growth and our economic growth. So we're actually doing a study, and I actually just met with the state yesterday, and they're going to give us a $25,000 grant to do a study to look at what do we need in a new senior center, how big would it need to be, where might we put it, how might we fund it, because those kinds of things are really expensive. This is a multi-million-dollar building that we're talking about. So that's a really exciting project that we're working on right now that will be a great benefit for seniors. So is there
a time or a place where you will take input from seniors too on that one?
That's a really great point. We haven't figured that out yet, but yes, we will make sure that happens. Once we hire a consultant to help us with this study, we will develop the scope of the study. And I know that will be part of the study is taking input from people and maybe doing surveys, asking people, maybe have an open house at the senior center and ask people, what do you wish we could do? Or what are some of the services or programs that you wish we had? And maybe we'll figure out some things we can do right away out of that. But the goal is to have a senior center that will last us for another 50 years into the future.
Thank you, David. We're coming up on our second break here, so let me mention our sponsor really quick, which is the Empowering Seniors Group. If you'd like to learn more about the Empowering Seniors, you can do so online at empoweringseniors.info. We'll take a short break, and we'll be right back.
This is Mark Thurston with White Pine Funeral Services. The best time to plan is when you have time to plan. Having a prearranged funeral gives peace of mind for everyone involved. White Pine will customize your final wishes to fit your needs, from a traditional burial to cremation to a custom headstone. White Pine also accepts prearranged plans from other mortuaries, and we will absorb any transfer or revocation fees. No penalty to you. Visit whitepinefunerals.com or come and see us for more information.
White Pine Funeral Services, here when you need us most. You have a lot of options when it comes to buying or selling a home. Do you list it online, sell it yourself, or do you have a realtor help? It's a major financial and emotional decision. A realtor is the liaison between buyers and sellers and really helps you navigate complex contracts, deadlines, and disclosures.
Hi, this is Sid Roeder with Achievement Realty.
I work for you to get the best outcome for your situation. Let me earn your trust with a free consultation and a free market analysis. Call me today at 512-6406. Then list it, sell it, and move on.
Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram offers free delivery service 5 days a week, Monday through Friday throughout the valley. Just stay home and they will deliver to you. With 25 different suppliers, they won't have the shortage that others might have. Also, with compounding and many other services, they will be able to serve all your needs. In order to stay safe and help slow the spread, please call Reed's Pharmacy in Hiram at 245-DRUG, and they will take care of you.
Welcome back. This is the Senior Moments Show. I am your host, Sid Roeder, visiting today with David Zook, our County Executive. Welcome back, David.
Thanks, Sid. It's good to be here with you.
Yeah, we've had a good show so far, talking about the Senior Center and all of the different programs they offer, which is fantastic, like help with Medicare enrollment, any other tax questions, things like that, and a lot of fun activities. But there was one that is coming up quickly that we forgot to mention.
Yeah, there actually is a Thanksgiving dinner coming up, and this is a great opportunity because it's one of the funner events of the year. If people want to come out and check out the Senior Center, maybe they've never been there before, it's going to be the day before Thanksgiving on Wednesday, the 27th. And if people are interested in signing up to go to that lunch, they need to be 60 or older. If they're not over 60, then there's a suggested donation of $4. But we would love to have people come to that, and they can call an RSVP, hopefully, ideally by Monday, if they would like to go, because I know it does fill up. But that number again for the Senior Center is 755-1720, and the Senior Center is at 240 North, 100 East in Logan, and 755-1720 is the number to call an RSVP if you'd like to go to that Thanksgiving dinner. And it's a fun event, and older adults, there's a suggested donation, but if they're over 60, they don't have to pay if they can't afford a donation. It's paid for by the Older Americans Act, which was actually passed by Lyndon B. Johnson back in the 70s, and that provides federal dollars to the states for nutrition programs. And that's how we do this dinner. That's how we do the lunches throughout the week. But it's a great event. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm sure they'll have some activities and music and a really fun time. So Thanksgiving dinner on the 27th if people are interested at our Senior Center.
Thank you, David. And that kind of leads us into something that I would hope all seniors are aware of that has to do with property taxes.
Yeah, so Thanksgiving, this is an important date to remember because we're just talking about the Thanksgiving dinner, and Thanksgiving is basically the deadline. They have until the end of the month, but it's going to be Thanksgiving and we'll be closed starting Thanksgiving. So the day before Thanksgiving, the 27th, is the deadline if people would like to apply for property tax abatement. Sometimes this is referred to as the circuit breaker program. And what this is everybody who's paying property tax just got a bill in the mail, and those are due coming up pretty soon here in a couple of weeks. So property tax is one of those expenses that people who are on a fixed income is challenging because maybe your house is paid off even, but you still have to pay property tax. And those taxes go up every year as your property value goes up. Even if the tax rate doesn't change, the value of your home keeps going up. And so that payment, that bill goes up. And
so what are the qualifications for the circuit breaker?
Yeah, so if somebody wants to be on the circuit breaker program, they have to be the homeowner and they have to live in their home. And then they have to have an income of less than $40,000 a year. So a household income of less than $40,000 a year, it's actually $40,840, but it's basically $40,000 a year. They have to be a Utah resident and have lived here for an entire year prior to this, and they have to have owned that home for the entire calendar year. They have to be at least 66 years old, It is available to people who are less, if it's a widow or a widower under 66, they would qualify too. But for the most part, for seniors, you have to be 66 years old and meet that income requirement. If you meet that income requirement, then you can get a portion of your property taxes abated, which just basically means it's waived. You don't have to pay it. And it could be up to $1,259 of property tax that can be abated. It's based on income, but there's also the possibility for an additional credit equal to the tax on 20% of the home's fair market value. So it's a good deal. If people qualify for this and they're not taking advantage of it, they need to look into this right away. They need to come down to our county offices and get the paperwork filled out and take care of this, because we have it's free money. It's free money. It's an opportunity.
And is this application at the clerk's or assessor's office? Where do you have to apply for that?
Yeah, they can come into our tax administration office, which is on the main floor, and I'll give the phone number for that too. So the phone number for that tax administration office is 755-1494. So if you're interested in this circuit breaker program, the tax abatement for senior citizens, and you want to know if you qualify or you want to apply, you have to do it before Thanksgiving. And the deadline or the phone number is 755-1494, 755-1494.
Thank you, David. We only have a minute left, so I'm going to give you that last 45 seconds to give us some thoughts from the county, maybe.
Thanks. I appreciate that. We'll fill this in. I just want to tell our residents, anybody who's listening, that we just really scratched the surface today of some of the things that the county is providing for our residents. There are so many more programs, so many more departments that we didn't even have time to talk about today. And I mentioned our website earlier, cashcounty.gov, and we also have social media on Facebook if people are on social media. That's a great way to get access to that. We do a newsletter every month that we post on our website and on our Facebook if people want to know what's going on in the county. But I would just encourage people to look at our website or to come by and visit us if they have a question, if they have a need, if they want to know. And I'll just say one more really quick thing in the last little bit here. One of the services we provide is TV service. And that's one that a lot of people don't know about. Free over the air, just like this radio is, over the air through a radio signal TV. If you have an antenna, you can get TV service. And it's an old system, and we've been working really hard to update it because it's had a lot of problems over the years and outages. We've spent about $250,000 updating it, so it's in really good shape now.
Thank you. It sounds like we need to have another show because we're at the end. This is the Senior Moments Show. We hope you tune in again next week.